Let's tell you about a story. Let's actually expose the scandal that lays bare the rotting core of intolerance and hypocrisy festering in a so-called secular ecosystem, viewers. In Kerala, at the Kollam Puram festival, a portrait of RSS founder Dr. Hedgewar was displayed. A simple act, one might think, celebrating a patriot who dedicated his life to India's unity and strength. But no, this act of reverence has ignited outrage, with the Travancore Devaswam board scrambling for a report and the police there registering a case. Yes, an FIR has been registered. Let that sink in. A police case over a portrait of a nationalist, while the same system turns a blind eye to posters of terrorists and murderers flaunted in rallies across the country. Viewers, this is not just intolerance. It's a grotesque double standard that mocks our democracy and spits on the freedom of speech. Let's talk about Hedgewar. You heard a few things from Ravi Srivastava, a doctor, a freedom fighter, a man who founded the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. His vision was of a strong, self-reliant India rooted in its cultural ethos. Yet in communist-ruled Kerala, his portrait is deemed a threat, a violation of temple sanctity, while the same state has witnessed Hamas posters waved during protests, songs of the CPM youth wing, revolutionary songs at that, echoing through temple grounds. Where was the outrage when portraits of CPM supporters involved in murders were paraded at earlier temple festivals? Where was the police's swift action when a convicted terrorist funeral procession, Basha, that was granted protection in Tamil Nadu? Viewers, the silence is deafening and the hypocrisy is suffocating. This is not about one portrait or one festival. This is about a system that bends over backward to appease certain groups while criminalizing expressions of patriotism. Why is Hedgewar's portrait displayed by a local temple outside, by the way, of the board's direct control, treated as a crime, while symbols of divisive ideologies are met with shrugs or police escorts? Let's slightly broaden the lens. Across the country, we've seen terrorists glorified as martyrs. Their posters brandished, and you'll see the shots. Their posters brandished in rallies, their legacies weaponized for political gain. From Yaqub Memon's funeral to Hamas banners in public protests, the Free Speech Brigade has defended these acts as expression or dissent. But when it comes to Hedgewar or anyone associated with a Sangh, in his case, Hedgewar was a man who never raised a weapon, never preached division, never betrayed his nation. The same champions of liberty vanish. Where are the self-proclaimed choice advocates? Where are the democracy saviors who flood social media with hashtags and manifestos? Where is the India Alliance, viewers, whose leaders never miss a chance to lecture on tolerance but stay mute when a patriot's image is criminalized like this? Viewers, let's call out the system that equates patriotism with provocation while normalizing the glorification of violence and terrorism.
തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നമ്മുടെ മതസ്ഥാപനങ്ങളെ ദേവാലയങ്ങളെ മുഴുവൻ രാഷ്ട്രീയവൽക്കരിക്കാൻ ഉള്ള ശ്രമമാണ്. രാഷ്ട്രീയവൽക്കരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ശ്രമമാണ്. ഒരു കൂട്ടര് പുഷ്പനെ അറിയാമോ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുള്ള പാട്ട് പാടുന്ന അമ്പലത്തിൽ പോയി.
The people who raised the picture of RSS founder should be seen as the people who mix religion with politics, and this act should be condemnable and it should be questioned.
Ravi Srivastava ji, you were talking about Dr. Hedgewar. Here we are discussing what is happening to people who are celebrating his legacy. Is it criminal, sir, to display a picture of Dr. Hedgewar?
Pransh, no, it's not criminal. But what I am saying is that the particular section of the people there, they did not, that Swayamsevak themselves said that it's not a serious issue. But the other party filed a case against them, filed the FIR under 3, 4 and 5. Now I come to the other subject.
No, let's stay on this. No. 1 minute, sir. Don't change subjects like this. If you think this is not such a big issue, then I'm asking you to take a stand. Say that this is intolerance and people who've remained silent are hypocrites. Say that.
I'm taking a stand on Hamas poster that Yahya Sinwar and Ismail. What they're saying there, the India has not declared Hamas as a terrorist organization.
Okay.
Has it declared? United States did it, European Union did it, Japan did it, Israel did it, Australia
Wonderful,
did it.
Ravi
India has
Srivastava.
not declared Hamas as a terrorist
वंडरफुल
organization.
सर वंडरफुल ये देखिए ये तो एक्सपेक्टेड है जैसे करण ने कमरुज़मान जी को सेकंड गेस्ट कर लिया था मुझे भी लगा था ये जरूर बोलेंगे लेकिन वो डॉक्यूमेंट दिखा दीजिए जिसमें डॉक्टर हेडगेवार को टेररिस्ट डिक्लेयर कर दिया सर या क्रिमिनल डिक्लेयर कर दिया है वो दिखा दीजिए दैट इफ यू नो शो हिज पोस्टर यू विल बी बुक्ड रवि श्रीवास्तव सर प्लीज समटाइम्स लिसन टू द कॉन्शियंस सर इट्स ओके कभी कभी चेंज भी करना चाहिए लेट्स टेक अ प्रिंसिपल स्टैंड कमरुज़मान चौधरी जी
Our opposition to the RSS functionaries or the RSS founders is ideological and will bound to continue. Because Hedgewar, he laid the groundwork for viewing India, the India we know in 2025 as a Hindu-only nation, making it ideologically, fundamentally an exclusionary and a communal, nation. And what did say, like leaders like M.S. Golwalkar,
नहीं अभी डॉक्टर हेडगेवार के बात पे बात कर रहे हैं तो अभी आप कहां जा रहे हैं
minorities as foreign elements are we not seeing the same thing being replicated after
no so you are endorsing this that if you show pictures of Dr. Hedgewar you will be booked that is your stand Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji this is your mohabbat ki dukan
I said my fight with these people are ideological.
Forget the fight.
I will not
condemn.
stand in a
Do you believe this action is just? Is this the right thing to do?
No, I'm telling, I will not stand in that munch where these people's photographs are portrayed. Because I don't like their ideologies.
Okay, 1 minute, sir.
I will fight
Sir,
against
1 minute. What was late Pranab Mukherjee a communal person, sir? Was he a communal person? Why did he share stage with the RSS? Or are you more secular than Pranab Babu?
Congressman likes Mr. No, tomorrow I will tell you, if one of my tallest leader goes to an RSS shaka, he will be enemy number one for me. I don't have any qualms for that because I hate RSS.
First, the
RSS
problem, your challenge
India
is to first find a tall leader in the Congress party. That is your challenge. पहले वो देख लीजिए आप Syed Asad Abbas, what is going on? If you have ideological differences, either jail people. Look at what the Congress is doing in Telangana. People who are, saying things on social media have had cases on them. In Kerala, the state ruled by India Alliance member left. Hedgewar poster pe FIR ho gayi hai, sir.
I have a very important viewpoint to make, and I know, Pranesh, you'll allow me. Firstly, quickly, I think it's unfortunate. Hand on heart, I think no, it's not right for my dear friend and respected friend Tuhin Sinha to call Rahul Gandhi as a modern-day Jinnah. The man who lost his grandfather, who treated him like a mother for this country, the man who lost his father for this country, who is Jinnah? Even the Indian Muslims care a damn about Jinnah. Our predecessors chose our beautiful land of Hindustan.
Wonderful. Now, Mr. Abbas, I want you to take a stand on this.
In the year 2018, Pranay Sahab, I was one of the youngest Assembly MLA candidates of Karnataka. And I took a stand with the party and the respective parties aside. No places of worship, be it a temple, be it a Gurudwara, be it a church, or be it a masjid. No places should be used for politicizing anything. Be it Muslim leaders, be it Hindu leaders, or anybody.
1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, sir. When Hamas posters are, waved, displayed, whatever, that is not a Muslim poster, it is a terror poster. This is not a Hindu poster. The man was a nationalist. Everything is not Hindu, Muslim, Syed Asad Abbas. I mean, a simple question like this. You speak about free speech, etc., etc. But you can't answer one simple question. Why can't you just say this is wrong? Nahi hona chahiye.
Allow me to answer that. When the same CPM party and their rallies in Kerala allowed convicted murderers' photos on flags, I was the first one to condemn, sir. Beat any leader, beat anybody,
No,
any
sir.
organization.
How is this
anything.
right then?
It's
No,
absolutely
no, 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 no. 1
wrong.
minute. How is this right? Tuin Sina?
Since my friend Abbas has a problem with me calling Rahul Gandhi modern day Jinnah, let me explain why I called him modern Jinnah. You know, on 27th October 2023, barely 19 days after the brutal killings of more than 1,000 Israelis by Hamas, ex-Hamas chief Khalid Mashal had held a kind of a Zoom talk with radical groups
That's
in
right.
Kerala, barely 100 kilometers from Wayanad in Malappuram. Did Rahul Gandhi protest against that? He did not. If there is one person who has demonized RSS ad nauseum, and mind you, I consider RSS to be the greatest nationalist organization, it is Rahul Gandhi is facing defamation cases. Such a person is a modern day Jinnah. Now, coming back to the Kerala issue, you know, Pranesh, way back in 2010, it was a CPIM Chief Minister V. Achyutanandan who had been on record that if radicalization is not contained in Kerala, PFI plans to convert it into a Muslim majority state in the next 20 years. We have banned PFI, but unfortunately, the mentality continues to exist where certain sections glorify Khalid Mashal, but they have a problem with Hedgewar. I think this mentality needs to be called out, and unless the sitting MPs from there, which includes Shashi Tharoor, which includes Priyanka Gandhi
No,
Vadra,
I'm still
talk
waiting.
about
No,
it, they
I'm
are
still
complicit.
waiting for the free speech ecosystem to wake up to what's happening. Karan Verma, if this is not intolerance, then I don't know what to call it.
So, Pranesh, I think our friends here, Kamru Zamanji and all are not aware, but when Pranab Da visited Nagpur, he visited the birthplace of Hedgewar, and you know what he wrote in the visitor's book? He wrote a very warm note where he said, "Today I come here to salute a great son of Mahabharat, Hedgewar." That is the kind of respect he's had for Dr. Hedgewar. And you know, Pranesh, we must understand here, when we talk of RSS, we are talking about educating 3.2 million students in the remotest of areas every year. We are talking of an organization that has been honored by no less than Pandit Nehru in 1963 for their efforts during the Indo-China War. We are talking about an organization that has been talked about by various prime ministers at different levels, irrespective of political ideology. So, you know, we must understand here their contribution and to compare it even. And it's not even a comparison because Yahya Sinwar and all these people are being cushioned here. Yahya Sinwar is a man who has owned up to the entire brutality that happened on 7th October. रवि श्रीवास्तव को किससे सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए? वो खुद मान रहा है how he's microwaved babies in the past, how he's brutalized women, people, and he's derived sadistic pleasure out of it. And Ravi Srivastav needs a certificate from someone for that. I mean, can you imagine the levels to which they'll stoop just for minority appeasement? And ye minorities ke bhi nahi hai. When we talk of people like Yahya Sinwar, he's tortured his own people. That is how low they've stooped to. So this RSS hatred, and Pranesh, one more interesting nugget. Back in 2023, when Kerala was badly affected with floods, inki sarkar gayi thi Supreme Court that we don't have funds. And you know what the judge said at that time? That there are RSS and other volunteers who are working on the ground. At that time, the government of the day happily accepted whatever relief efforts were coming from the RSS because they were the ones, typically in their old-fashioned
You know,
style,
when you
they
read
were the
out
ones
what
on the
Pranab
ground
Mukherjee
when it
had
mattered.
written in the diary after visiting the RSS headquarters, Kamru Zaman Chaudhary will say that, look, for me, he was not a leader tall enough for me to take note of. That's what he said. If any tall leader of the Congress party does this, I will protest. Ratan Sharda.
The tallest leader of Congress, Gandhiji visited RSS Shakha not once but twice. Once before independence, once after independence. He may not know, so let me educate him. So for Gandhi becomes bad for him. Ambedkar, at that time part of the freedom movement and Congress party, he also visited RSS camp. So he is also no more a good person as per people are sitting here. Now this matter is very serious. This particular complaint that was filed was by a Congress person because Congress is an open secret UDF wins from Muslim votes. And LDF is also now competing for the same Muslim votes. In 2022, the CPM reminded Indian Union Muslim League that they were their allies once. So please come back. And 2024, because Muslim League didn't come with them, PFI didn't come with them, they lost the Lok Sabha election heavily. Now, what is the condition of RSS there? RSS has been the butt of crime and criminal attacks for all these years, right from 1948, when 200 plus RSS Swayamsevaks have lost their lives, 800 have been made for life. That is the work of CPM and Congress governments at that time. Hardly anybody gets punishment at the time. Recently, 10 PFI accused were in jail for murdering an RSS leader, Srinivasan. And we never talked about that. And what is the condition of Kerala? In Kerala, the Kerala Assembly passed a resolution for bail to Mr. Madani. Mr. I am saying to respect these people sitting there. Madani, who was a terrorist of Coimbatore serial blast, he was recommended for bail by every party, including Congress,
Right.
Communist Party. Later, the same parties came together to pass a resolution कि बेचारा बुड्ढा हो गया उसको जेल से छोड़ दो. So this is the standard of how they believe. He talked about needed certificate. Now, what is the certificate? You have this procession taken to celebrate Urus, where you showed this all terrorist people. But before that, in 2023, in a rally by Jamaat-e-Islami Youth Wing, there was a virtual address, Khaled Mohammad Mashal. In Kerala University, there was a youth festival which was named Ittifada to honor Palestinian action against and Hamas action
No,
against
you're absolutely
Israel.
right. We are in fact playing out some of those, pictures from some of those events. But Kamru Zaman ji, people who, preach about Muhabbat ki dukaan, free speech, liberty. Sir, इतना मुश्किल है ऐसे भी सब्जेक्ट में स्टैंड लेना. सीधा बोल दीजिए गलत है, नहीं होना चाहिए.
नहीं, it's अरे Pranesh ji, the world's largest so-called social organization or the world's largest so-called NGO, the RSS does not have the to register itself under Indian laws. It does not have this thing to submit its books of account. Where are the funds coming from?
Sir, एक काम कीजिए, sir, in states where Congress governments are there, you should raid RSS office and, perhaps think of banning the RSS. Walk the talk. If you really think RSS is a blot on democracy or is not up to what it claims to be, then ban it. आप वो भी नहीं करेंगे because that will not stand. And let me ask you one final time. Was Pranab Mukherjee, according to you, a tall leader of the Congress? Yes or no?
He was a tall leader of the Congress. Once he fell down for a few breadcrumbs, he did not.
Sir, I
lost all respect.
You should be, this is. I mean, you're insulting the legacy of a man who served the country, sir, not just your political party, for decades. Look at that language and the contempt with which you're talking about Pranab Mukherjee. You're saying he fell down for a few breadcrumbs. Kamru Zaman ji, this is not right, sir. I don't know how people will receive this, but, just this underlines the whole point of the debate. Look at the intolerance. You just can't, accept anyone praising the RSS or the BJP, not even the point of view. That's the problem. We've run out of time. I thank all of you for joining us on India Upfront. The news are with Navita Kumar on the other side.